America already commands bombers that terrify any adversary. The supersonic B-1B Lancer can haul 75,000 pounds of weapons, while the stealthy B-2 Spirit slips past radar with more than 40,000 pounds of bombs. Yet despite these giants, one relic refuses to die: the B-52 Stratofortress. First flown in 1952, it still carries up to 70,000 pounds of ordnance, but now hidden inside budget documents for fiscal year 2027 lies the first hint of a plan. A study that could decide whether this Cold War icon is upgraded once again or finally replaced by America's next heavy bomber. The development, first reported by Aviation Week, is mentioned in the Air Force Research, Development, Test and Evaluation Volume 4 of the budget request for fiscal year 2027. Hidden inside these documents is a project called B-52 System Improvements, described as a comprehensive effort to ensure the Stratofortress can remain viable in future wartime missions. This includes advanced weapon pylons, integration of long-range missiles, and a broader study of heavy bomber alternatives. For the first time, the possibility of a successor is openly acknowledged. Beginning in 2027, a heavy bomber analysis of alternatives will examine America's future strike requirements, weighing the costs of extending the B-52 against the design of an entirely new aircraft. A classified proof-of-concept demonstration already concluded in 2025, but its scope remains undisclosed, leaving analysts to speculate on what the Air Force is truly preparing behind closed doors. The service has requested new funding to push this analysis forward, dedicating millions to explore America's next heavy bomber. Yet the connection between the classified demonstration and the upcoming study is unclear. Was it simply about refining the B-52's future role, or the first step toward a successor that could redefine U.S. air power? This uncertainty sets the stage for America's secret plan to replace the B-52. The U.S. Air Force projects that the B-52 Stratofortress will remain in service until at least 2050, making it the longest-lasting heavy bomber in history. Even the youngest airframes date back to 1962, yet they are expected to outlive the B-1B Lancer and B-2 Spirit. The plan envisions a mixed fleet: 76 upgraded B-52J bombers, alongside more than 100 stealthy B-21 Raiders. In this future structure, the Stratofortress will concentrate solely on long-range strike missions, ensuring its relevance in America's strategic arsenal. To achieve this, the aircraft is undergoing a sweeping modernization program that transforms the B-52H into the new B-52J. Despite delays, the upgrades underscore the Air Force's long-term commitment to the bomber. Two cornerstone initiatives define this effort: the Radar Modernization Program and the Commercial Engine Replacement Program, or CERP. The first has already produced a modified test aircraft now flying trials, while the second is set to begin engine replacement work later this year. At the heart of the radar upgrade is the ANAPQ 188 ESA system, adapted from proven designs on the Navy's FA-18 Super Hornet and EA-18G Growler, as well as the Air Force's F-15E and F-15EX. This advanced radar promises improved target acquisition, synthetic aperture imaging, and even moving target indication, while still retaining air-to-air capabilities for survivability. The modernization of the B-52 does not stop at radar upgrades. A critical step forward is the replacement of its aging Pratt and Whitney TF-33 engines, which have powered the bomber since the 1960s. These engines, long out of production since the 1980s, will no longer be supported after 2030, forcing the Air Force to act. The chosen successor is the Rolls Royce F-130, a military variant of the BR-725 engine used on Gulfstream G650 business jets and already proven on specialized aircraft like the C-37 and E-11 BACN. This transition represents more than just a technical swap. It is a decisive move to secure the Stratofortress's future in modern warfare. The F-130 engines bring a host of advantages that go far beyond reliability. They promise improved fuel efficiency, extended operational range, reduced hydrocarbon emissions, and significantly lower maintenance costs. These changes will not only cut expenses, but also enhance the bomber's endurance on long-range missions. While the silhouette of the aircraft remains iconic, the nacelles housing the new engines are larger, and redesigned struts position them closer to the wings. Subtle yet visible, these structural adjustments signal a deeper transformation beneath the surface, one that ensures the B-52J can adapt to the demands of 21st century combat. Looking ahead, the Air Force plans to complete integration and deliver the first wave of B-52J bombers between 2026 and 2027. Initial operational capability, once targeted for 2030, has now slipped to 2033, reflecting the complexity of the modernization effort. Full re-engineering of the fleet may not be finished until 2036, while the timeline for the new radar system remains undisclosed, adding another layer of uncertainty. Together, the engine replacement and radar upgrade embody both the ambition and the challenges of extending the life of America's most enduring heavy bomber, a machine that continues to evolve even as it approaches its 9th decade of service. As for China, its Air Force is racing to join the exclusive club of nations with true intercontinental stealth bombers. The aging H-6K fleet, derived from Soviet Tu-16 designs, has been stretched with new engines and aerial refueling, but the real ambition lies in the H-20. Designed as a flying-wing stealth aircraft, the H-20 promises to project Chinese air power far beyond the Pacific's first island chain, potentially threatening Guam and even the US mainland. Yet despite leaked images suggesting advanced, low-observable features, the program remains plagued by engineering hurdles, with service entry unlikely before the 2030s. Russia, meanwhile, continues to rely on legacy platforms while its next-generation stealth project stalls. The Tu-95MS, a turboprop relic of the Cold War, still flies as a missile carrier, while the supersonic Tu-160M has been modernized with new Kuznetsov Nk-32 engines, digital avionics, and electronic warfare systems. Capable of Mach 2 and long-range cruise missile strikes, the Tu-160M is Moscow's interim solution as the next-generation Tupolev stealth bomber project faces repeated delays. Together, China's ambitions and Russia's reliance on uprated Cold War designs underscore a shifting bomber landscape, one where America's modernization of the B-52J will be closely watched by rivals seeking parity. The B-52J may march into its 9th decade with new engines and radar, but hidden inside the 2027 study is a far bigger gamble: the chance that America could finally design a bomber to replace the Stratofortress. If that successor ever leaves the drawing board, it won't just mark the end of a Cold War legend, it could redefine US air power for the next half-century.